Well, good evening. This is ShanGO Ray, aka Real Deal Ray, your intuition's mouthpiece when that monkey mind wants to take over. And it will. Trust me, it will. Anyhow, like, share, subscribe, and thrive, of course, in that particular order. Don't be a mashugana, okay? Don't be a cablon, all right? What's going on, TV? Passion T, what's going on, everybody? I just really wanted to say something real fast here. And TV, I wanted to tell you too. And I'm doing this live, so like I said, if you want to get the updates, you got to lick that bell E button, electronic button. Yes, that's right. Lick it. TV, I really liked your last video. I wanted to share it yesterday, but I got busy, so I'm going to do that today. But um, you must assert your peace. Assert your peace. Um, Life has got a lot of twists and turns. There's a show on History Channel. It's called Million Dollar Genius. Okay? Those of you who may be familiar with it, it's the story of a lot of different millionaires with their different inventions. And hey, Christine, Sagittarius, Queen. I heard that. It's a story about, everybody from the guy who made the suitcase that has wheels on it, and you pull the little handle out and you can like take it through the airport, to the guy who made the strip that you put on your nose so it can open up your nose. You know what I mean? This show chronicles like all these different people who had these inventions. They had one dude on there who made sunglasses for people with big fat heads. You know what I'm saying? But if you watch this show, yes, they had the vision, they downloaded everything. Um, they got the transmission and all that. But if you look at each and every fucking single one of these stories, it was not a straight line. There were so many twists and turns. And just when you thought it was going to be cool, there was another twist and turn. And, a lot of these people, since they were dealing with, you know, manufacturing and some of these things, just to get the technology right, the patents, all that shit, cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know. And throughout it all, though, what all these people had in common, and I'm going to tell you why this relates to you, whether whether you are trying to create something or not, does not matter, okay? Whether you had work done for you or whether you had you're trying to manifest something, whether you have a particular goal, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? There's always going to be twists and turns. Everything that these people had in common, they hit roadblock after roadblock, okay? And they were able to assert their peace throughout the storm. Because after every little twist and turn, there was another little storm sometimes. Now, it's not always like that, okay, on your journey, all right? But, and, we may not be how can I say this? Everything that pops up in our lives may not be our fault, but it's our responsibility to alchemize it, okay? And sometimes you can alchemize it just by standing still and just keeping your peace while the storm around you is going fucking nuts, but then it'll die down. You know what I mean? So when I say assert, that sometimes peace is something that you have to assert. You have to consciously choose to just, do your best Buddhist monk impression, even if it's just on the inside. I had told a story. I think YouTube clipped that video. I'm not sure. But I told the story of a Chinese guy and, all these horses and stuff like that. And every twist and turn was, oh, that's the greatest thing. And he was just like, yeah, some of you remember this story. And then, I'm not going to tell the story, but that is a direct example of asserting your peace, okay? Like you have to. No matter what, like every day, you have to. Because sometimes what happens is, well, many times what happens is you're going to start getting, something in your environment. You wake up tomorrow, something in your environment is going to call your attention, this and that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't give your attention to certain things, but what I'm saying is your peace and your peace of mind and your emotional control is a whole other thing. Okay? So you don't have to let these horses drag you every which away. Okay? And we do encounter things that are frustrating, that might hurt our feelings, that might even be a little bit painful, or whatnot. And sometimes the biggest thing that hurts the most is the disappointment that we feel. We get hurt by our own disappointment. Well, thank you, Andrea. Yes, Beth, the roadblocks. But remember, if it's in your life, such as like a roadblock, it can also serve to be a ladder. It could be served to something that you step on. It can serve something that elevates you. You know what I mean? But the onus is on the person who's experiencing it. Now, if you see it as a roadblock and you continue to define it as a roadblock, guess what it's going to do? That's right. It's going to continue to block you. Now, in this show that I just previously mentioned, every single fucking one of them had what you would call roadblock after roadblock. But what they did, as opposed to just get deflated at the first sign of fucking turbulence and just, that's it, I give up, they used it to enhance themselves. They used it to learn. They allowed it to show them what is the next step they needed to do. Now, I'm not saying that any one of these people didn't get frustrated, offset when the shit first happened, or whenever, they just spent all their fucking life savings ordering their biggest first batch. They thought from here on out, it's going to be a nice, sail into the sunset type of life. And turns out one little thing is wrong, or there was something wrong with the product that they couldn't foresee. And then it's like, what do we do now? You know what I'm saying? You get, once again, at that fucking crossroads, The name of the show is Million Dollar Genius. It's on the History Channel. But I think they got episodes on YouTube also. So my point is, I know there was a defining moment every time for each and every one of them where they could have either just lost it and succumbed to their temporal emotions that were the result of whatever was happening, or they had to just center themselves and say, wait a minute, let me just look, just hold on a second, just shut, tell all the shit going on in your head, just shut the fuck up for a second, man, just shut up, just shut the fuck up for a second, hold on, you know what I mean? And then they would discover whatever they needed to discover, or learn whatever they needed to learn, or take whatever next step that they could. And then next thing you know, it just goes on and on. I can sit here all night trying to illustrate that. It's just an example though. It's just an example, that's all. Hey, Miss Limber too. Loretta D's, always good to see you. Beth Hall, there's nothing wrong with getting distracted. We all get distracted. It's just about, putting yourself back on, I've often talked about, it's an old analogy, a lot of people have used it, how if a plane's flying from LA to New York, it doesn't fly in a straight line. When a ship sails, it doesn't sail in a straight line. It's called tacking. It goes like that, you know what I'm saying? It's basically constantly off path, but yet it's on, so, but behind being able to tack, behind being able to just get back on and say, you know what, okay, so what? Time to refocus. Maybe you take a day off or two, so what? That's okay, all right, so what? Time to refocus. You can't do that if you are listening to some of these emotional sub vocalizations that are there, you know what I mean? And we all have them. So, like, if you're listening to them, they're going to convince you to basically give up and quit, to crap out. They're going to crap you out. We all have an inner crap out artist in our head or within, that can't wait to tell you. Even when shit's going good, that will be the voice that says, it'll say something to the effect where it's almost like you're almost scared to feel too good because what's going to happen? It's almost as if you're afraid to get lifted up so high just to get dropped. You know what I mean? Because so many of us have had so many disappointing experiences, or what could be interpreted as a disappointing experience. And I'm not saying, like I said, whenever the shit first happens, I'm not saying that the first initial reaction of disappointment is not maybe warranted or something, but once you just kind of gather yourself, get some perspective, step back from the whole thing, look at the whole picture, you know what I mean, and just silence yourself, you're going to start to see other aspects of this situation that you can't possibly see if you're in the storm of thoughts that are going on around you. And when I say around you, I mean the who and the what that you really are, that is always at peace, even if it seems like you're not at peace, because right now you're engaged and you're identifying with all these crazy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Your voice is so calming. Oh, well, thank you. Well, welcome, Christine. Phoenix, fire. What's going on? That's all I basically wanted to say, And some of it is from, I was inspired, I guess. Some of my clients inspire me. Because as I tell them all, it's a process, I notice, like, if you get your heart set on something, usually part of that, they're gigging over here. Part of that is also you have this preconceived notion of kind of how things are to go, and we grab onto that, And when life throws us a curve, which it will, it's like most people, a lot of people, many people, they get deflated. And I hope they don't I don't own none of this music, YouTube, okay? I'm not even in the goddamn club, all right? So don't fuck with me, all right? But yeah, most people just, at that point, they get deflated. And part of that is because they may have this even deeper belief that means it's not going to work out for me. That means it's a failure. That means it's a wrap. It's done. I should just give up. That, whatever, something along them lines, if that makes any sense. But if you keep your peace and keep your intention while keeping your peace, you will be amazed at how it's almost kind of like, you guys seen those that Chinese finger lock. The harder you try and it, the more stuck you get. And I think the way to get your fingers out is you gotta relax. It's the same kind of concept. Andrea Hendricks. You have a great, great night, Andrea. That's all I wanted to say. Who says a Scorpio? What else do you help with? Well, I guess it depends. Okay, ShanGO. You don't even know, dear Lord. I don't know. Nah, I ain't shaking no booty. I'll leave that to y'all so I can watch, all right? Yes, Wanda says it right here. I hope this music ain't too loud either, but as soon as you start to relax, things start to change. Exactly. That is spot on. That is spot on, And I've been through it many times myself, And I know it so intimately because I've had the highest of the highs and got so close, record deals, production deals, and then something would happen and it's like, oh. And you know what? I mean, that shit, when you got so much emotional attachment, it takes something out of you. It does. It takes something out of you. You know, it takes the wind out of your sails. You gotta kind of. It's almost like when you get the wind knocked out of you. You gotta chill out for a second, then you can get back up. You know. But yeah, so close yet so far. Yeah, exactly. I'm seeing shit. Warner Brothers, Capitol Records, Fontana, like, yeah. But absolutely. Someone passed the split. Yeah, you know, you do what you gotta do. But it's more than just relaxing physically. It's also, it has more to do with just, I was watching a video by Oshun, Asert Asert, and she was saying, she was reading somebody, but she was like telling him something to the effect of, and I don't want to take it out of context, but she was saying something about something about being the observer, and that in and of itself is exactly what I'm referring to. And it's funny because I've been having this idea for this video like all day, and the observer is when you're in that place of peace, that very, very center, when you kind of center yourself, when you go to that center of yourself, you know, even if you might be physically on the outward, you might be in pain, there might be some type of stress in the environment, whatever, but within, you're free, you know. And if you can take your consciousness there and just hold it there for a little bit, as Wanda has said, you're going to start to see things change because things are constantly changing. You know what I mean? So it's just really important to keep that in mind, because that also encompasses a very flexible type of, you know, think about flexibility. You know, you got oak trees, you got these big ass, strong, solid, rigid trees. Let a hurricane come around, them shits is getting uprooted. And the ones that last are my motherfucking palm trees, you know? You see them in the wind, they're like bent all the way over, but guess what? When the storm passes, they're right back up. You know what I'm saying? So, be the palm tree, okay? Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really, though. That's the main skeet of the message. You dig? So imagine it's already happened, a feeling of happiness. You know, Beth Hall, there's a time and a place to do that. If you're in the midst of feeling like shit or feeling disappointed, I wouldn't suggest it. That's kind of like some of these people who are like, you know, gritting their teeth, trying to force themselves to be positive. Positive thoughts, positive thoughts. I'm positive, I'm positive. No. Now you strain it. You strain it. Be authentic. Allow it to be, okay, yes, I feel like shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, first, before you try and do all that, imagine it's, you know, be there. You know, imagine it's already happening now. At least before you even do that, depending on how emotional and how, you know, how whatever you are, get to a neutral place first. You can pace yourself there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go from this end of the spectrum to that end. You can go just to the middle at first, like pace yourself first. You know what I'm saying? It's good to also go, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a part of getting to at least the negative. When you're feeling like shit all the way to the left, right? Whatever that is that you define as shit, sit with it. Let it be. Just let it be. Most of us don't want to let it be. We instantly want to resist it. We want to get rid of it. We want to try and change it. We want to this and that. Just chill out for a second. Just let it be for a minute. Just let it be for a minute and just sit with it, and it will start to dissipate, and then you will find yourself in a more just neutral place. And from there, then you can start going, okay, well, You can even, once you're in the neutral place, you can even start asking yourself questions that direct your mind as far as possibilities go. Well, dude, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you just an example. I'm gonna try and think. But I want to gig up against some some ass right now. No, just kidding. Because the music I'm playing. Um, yeah, Tawana Van says people trying to bury it like it's going to disappear. Exactly, it's not going to disappear. It's definitely not going to disappear. But once you're in a neutral place, you could say, hey, well, is it possible that maybe something fucking wonderful is about to happen? Or is it possible that, I mean, you know, I can't really think of anything right now because I'm doing the video, but like, you can start asking yourself questions that start to shift you into the more positive or where you want to go. And from there, then you can really start getting into the imagining and stuff like that. But first, at least get to neutral, okay? And how you get to neutral is you sit with it. You sit with it. And you just let it be and you just look at it. That's where the whole observer shit is you just experience it. You look at it. You imagine it. Okay, where am I feeling this in my body? Go in your body, not in your head, you know. Where am I feeling this in my body? You know, is it moving? It's going to be moving because it's emotion. So emotions move. Motion, energy, emotion. It's going to move. So where do you feel it in your body? What direction is it moving? You know, you can even go further and say, okay, well, if it has a color, what color would I give to this? What's it doing now? Is it staying the same or is it changing? And, you know, just sit with it. And then I swear to God, if you can just look at it, you're going to see that it starts changing. You're going to see that it starts changing. It will start changing. I don't want to say like instantly like that because it may last a couple minutes, but it will start changing is what I'm saying. You're not going to be sitting there with this feeling, just observing it, and it's going to last for hours. That's like fucking impossible. It's not going to. Unless you're in your head and you're not really observing it. If you're in your head telling yourself the story, which is feeding the emotion, then yeah, you could sit there all night and you know, get your panties in a bunch all night. But if you sit with it and just look at it, just look at it. And don't even look at it like you shouldn't be here. Just look at it. You're totally neutral. I'm just looking at it, you know. You will see. But being able to get into this place within, which is always with you, is a key factor in our daily lives when certain events don't go as we think they should, when things happen that that can be considered disappointing. It's one of the main factors in being able to just get to that neutral place, just look at everything, not even having a story about it, not even telling nothing about it, just look at it and then watch what happens. You know what I mean? Because if you remember if you've seen my other video on polarity, by nature, if one end of the spectrum is present or showing its ass in your life, the other side or the more positive side is, or whatever, the opposite of what you don't want is also available, okay? But you're never going to find it if you're stuck in your head, if you're stuck in the storm. Stuck in your head, stuck in your storm, same place, same shit, okay? So I really just wanted to get that out. And I know that this may even sound like something that a lot of shit that you've heard before or whatever, but I cannot stress, when you put it into practice and you experience this, and then you start to experience this several times throughout your day or through the course of the next few days, it's going to be a whole lot more real to you. And then you're going to start doing that almost automatically as opposed to spazzing the fuck out and getting afraid and having that knotted feeling in your stomach and all of that shit. Why, thank you, TV. Sherry Davis, you're absolutely welcome. Sherry Davis says you got to trust and know, believe it's going to change, dude. Yeah, that's true. You do got to know. And there's a mouse right here. And now he's running back over there. He came up like right here and then just dipped right back around. But yeah, man, so that's all I'm trying to say, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Because you have your own little journey and process that's going to happen. I just rant to the universe, gods, and goddesses about being disciplined, let it go. Let it go about life and things change. Yeah. That's another way, find your way. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you, I'm for it. If it works for you, do that shit. Hey, Tana. The doll is in the house. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Because if you allow yourself to get stuck in the storm, it's going to take you so much longer to get where you want to go or experience being what you want to be. You're going to be fooled by that shit. Phoenix Fire, you're very welcome. If you can extract any value from it, I'm good. I'm happy about that. That's cool, You have to keep pushing negativity out, remain positive, or you get the crap. Yeah, it's more or less just not sitting in the negativity for a long time. I mean, negativity is going to be there. You need negative and positive to get some electricity moving, So it's just about don't get polarized, don't get stuck there, that's all. That's my take on it anyway. That's just my opinion. Mice and tarot mean peeps are talking about you. Yeah, let them talk. What's up, Miss Briggs? You're absolutely welcome, Kimberly. That's all. This is not about vilifying anything. This is not about vilifying even negative thoughts, This is about being able to just kind of like be accepting in this moment or whatever moment you find yourself in. So, yes, it is. Yep. You damn right about that, spirit driven. Shamanic tapping to put in positive helps me. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you say that because I haven't actually started, but I used to tap a long time ago. I used to do like EFT and different shit like that. And then I was doing Z-point process for a while, which is basically a line of questioning without the tapping. But the goal's the same, the intention's the same, to turn the energy around. And they both work. They both have their place, it's just about whatever works for you. And sometimes you might do something for a while and then you stop and you come back to it later on, Like I'm a licensed facilitator of Psyche, this modality called Psyche, which is a way of programming your subconscious mind using your body also. And you do muscle testing and stuff like that to see if you actually believe something or not, because your body's not going to lie, And if you do any of that stuff too, any tapping, any type of energy shit, make sure you're drinking water too. That's very, very important, because if you're dehydrated, that can affect the effects, What's to say? I had tried tapping thing years ago, but the way my brain works, it's hard for me to keep it up. Pastor T, there ain't no harm in trying it. There's no harm in trying it. You know what I'm saying? There's no harm in trying it. Try it out. You might find it works for you. It might not be for you, but you won't know unless you try it. You have to try it, So just give it a try. And then there's other versions of it too. There's like I seen some other guy here. This, some of the shit he was saying made some good, resonated with me personally. I was like, okay. And his thing was called faster EFT. So you didn't do the whole complete rounds, because there's certain points like with regular EFT that you go through. His was just basically 3 points and stuff. So, and don't forget the intention of it also is what? Because you're dealing with energy. EFT can work. I want to try it. Hey, well, give it a try. Yeah, exactly. Faye Bell. That's him. Faster EFT. That's him. Some of the shit he said resonated with me. And mind you, like I said, this has been years, but this is the 4th time tapping has come up this week. Spirit. For real? Because honestly, this shit came to me like about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. Maybe a week ago. Like a week ago. Because I hadn't even thought of EFT at all, like in years. It's been years since I tapped, But I'm thinking now, I'm a totally different person than I was when I was doing EFT, so it might be worth re-exploring, What's that say? Great for PTSD and chemical sensitivities. Yeah, I'm sure it could be good for fucking almost anything. Everything, a lot of shit. I do know this. Kimberly Conklin, listen to music to raise. Yeah, of course. Music is the go-to. That's a very good way, music. Trauma is trapped in your body, not in your head, So you can access, just like as above, so below. So below as above. So you can get to the above from below, and you can get to below from above. Hypnosis is more like a mental thing. So you can go from the top down, or you can go from the down to the top. Like, you can do both. Oh, Brandy, thank you so much. I'm just glad I felt inspired to just say this because I felt like maybe somebody needed to hear it or whatnot, but I just felt inspired to say this based on, a lot of different experiences, so especially the past maybe like week or so. So that's all. I just wanted to say this. But let me see here, top chat. How's everybody doing? Everybody all right? I hope everybody's good, That does happen. Sometimes you have to grow, and then the stuff that didn't. Yeah, Tawana, sometimes things are time sensitive. Sometimes it's like it wasn't the time for you that at that point, But now, being the person you are, who knows? It might be like a whole new thing. It's kind of like almost sometimes with some relationships, If you fell out years and years ago and then y'all somehow reconnect or something, and there's like, they're a different person, you're a different person now, and you do have a quote unquote history, but who knows what it could be now, it's not the same story as it was. So, hey, I appreciate it, Faye. I'm liking it too, being with you. Hey, Nicole McCoy, what's popping? 1111, Lynette Spencer. I'm so glad I'm glad to hear that. I really am. Oh, Jody, gonna start getting Sam. Yeah. Just keep it in mind, just keep that in mind. Sometimes we gotta remind ourselves. It's too easy to go on autopilot. And autopilot, when I say, is when you leave right here, right now. When you first start like trying to be in the moment, present, the power of now, it's fucking hellish. Because your mind just does not want to do that. It resists like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So, that's all. You just got to be careful. Not even careful, but I just wanted to say that though. I just had to say that. Because I feel so many of us, and even looking back on myself too, how many times I've stopped, I've quit. And when I actually looked back and I was asking myself, well, what did you actually, and did you keep going? I mean, did you this? And it's like, no. Because you quit, right? You just gave up within, and then maybe even, you just stopped. or whatever. But I just don't want to see you guys having to go getting drug around like that, you know? Whatever you're trying to do, whatever it is, in whatever context, it applies. So I just, if and once again too, this is just as much, if not probably more for me as well, or just to keep reminding me. I have been doing a whole in the past like year or two. It's gotten a lot better for me as far as this. Hola, Alba. Oh, I thank you. I appreciate your kind sentiments, Miss Hernandez. Where are you at? The house, Alba? Anyhow, I guess I'll let y'all go though. I'll let y'all go for now, but yeah, I just wanted to say that to you guys though. Just, you can just keep your peace. You have to assert your peace, especially at first. But train yourself, or I guess you could say practice doing something, it starts becoming more automatic for you. So you'll find that things will happen in your environment, in your life. Somebody's gonna fucking call you and try and just totally kill your peace, whether it's your boyfriend or girlfriend, whether it's somebody with some type of news, whatever the fuck it is. And you're gonna be able to just be objective and just listen, or just, not have to go there, if you understand what I mean by going there. Because most of us, just off top, it's like a little match to a gasoline soaked rag, just whoop, we go there. We toast. Hello, how are you? Beth Hall, it's my pleasure. Have a wonderful night. I tried to pause before ripping into folks, but I had to accept I'm a fucking demon slayer. Says Spirit friend. Yes, miss you. All right, Loretta. I'll dream of you, Loretta. All right, well, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up though, but just peace of mind to you, and peace of mind and peace of mind now, and now to you. From me to you, okay? Yeah. Well, peace and blessings, everybody. This is ShanGO Ray. Out. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Bye, Nicole. Have a wonderful evening. Alba, you know exactly where I'm at, because you around here somewhere. Don't ya? Only the chosen. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Sanchez. Last time I was in your chat show, you said I was getting some money. Well, I got a lot of money. Oh, wow. Well, hey. Weetos. Yeah, it has been some time, Weetos. It has been some time.